Welcome once again to SAMI KMF and Mathematics. One of the things we're going to discuss now is the examples. We're going to do some examples of subgroups. But before I go into that, I will need to talk about what we call the order. What do we mean by the order of a group? And what do we mean by the order of an element in a group? So, with what I was using to do my illustration, it is possible for, if we have 10 balls here, if we have, this is not actually 10 anymore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, we have 18 balls here, so we know that the order of, let's assume this is a group, the order of this group is 18. But, very interesting, the elements can also have a different order. So the elements can also have a different order. So it's possible for the element to have its order and for the group itself to have its order. That is what I want to explain now. Okay, so just as I did, the order for a finite group, the number of elements in the finite group actually represents, not be countable anyway. So the order of elements in the finite group represents the order of the group itself. The order of the group itself. So in mathematics we do this. So this n, which is a positive integer, actually represents the order of the group, the number of elements in the group. But the smallest positive integer, n in z plus, such that g in element in g is raised to give the identity element is called the order of the elements. It's called the order of the elements. So this n you see here, which is the power of this element from a multiplicative group. So assume that this is a multiplicative group for now. If it's an additive group, we can put this as ng. So we can put this as ng. If it is an additive group, for an additive group, we can put ng instead of this. So the number of times you multiply an element with itself to give it the identity element is what we refer to as the order of the element. Okay, now let's go back to what we were discussing. Let's take an example, and we'll use this example to explain what we're talking about. Remember I told you that Zn is not a subgroup of Z. I made this explanation very clear. So many mathematicians and so many students do that mistake. Just say this is a subgroup. It's a subset of this, but it's not a subgroup of this, because the binary operation here is just addition, but the binary operation is addition modulo n. So this is not a subgroup of this. So the example I'm going to give you under Zn is, for instance, Z10. You know Z10 under addition. Under addition, you have 0, 1, 2, up to 9. So the subset I'm going to take from here is I'm going to take out 0 and I'm going to consider I'm going to consider U10. So I'm going to consider U10. I'm going to call it U10, which is a subgroup of Z10, but under multiplication this time. Now, don't get too disturbed. Now, U10, I'm going to list the elements. The elements of U10 are 1, which is the identity element, 3, which is referred to as the generator, 7, and 9. So you can see that the order of U10 as a subgroup is 4. So the order of this group is actually 4. It's actually a group. You can verify that using one of my videos that has to do with group. So this is actually a group, but in this case, it is a subgroup of Z10 under multiplication. Z10 under multiplication without 0, I said ignoring 0 itself, can form a very particular group, but this is a very beautiful subgroup. Let's quickly do a multiplication table and explain this order I was talking about. So here we have the identity element, and here we have the generator. This I can call this the generator of U10. Why am I doing this? By generator, it is that single element that can produce every other element in this group. For instance, 3 raised to the power of 0 is 1, 3 raised to the power of 2 is 9, 3 raised to the power of 3 is 27, 27 in modulo 10 is 7, and 3 raised to the power of 4 is 81, and 81 under modulo 10 is 1. So you keep doing this and you keep doing this, you will see that this 3 is a generator. So take note, it's a generator. Another name of this kind of group is, sometimes we call it a cyclic subgroup. It is more like a cyclic subgroup. Why? Because it is generated by a single element. All the elements are generated by a single element. So you take note of that. I have finished explaining generators. Now, we want to go back to this. Now we know the order of this group. Let us develop a Cayley table to explain the order of an element in this. So, okay, so this is the Cayley table for the U10, which I said is a subgroup of Z10 under multiplication. Z modulo 10 under this modulo 10 under multiplication. Now, we want to know what is the order. Take note, the order of the identity is the same as the order of the group. And it can have any, what is it, same as the order of the group, so that's not a big deal. But what we want to say, what is the order of 3? We want to know what is the order of 3 that will give us the identity element 1. Now you see 3 times 3 will give us 9 here. That is already 3 times 3, or 3 raised to the power of 2 is giving us 9. Now 9 times 3 will give us 7, meaning that 3 raised to the power of 3 is giving us 7. Then 7 times 3 is giving us 1. So you see that 3 raised to the power of 4, which is 81, in mode 10 is actually 1. So it means that the order of the element 3 is 4. Now we want to know what is the order of the element 7. 7 times 7 is 9, so 7 squared is equal to 9 under this modulo. Then 9 times 7 is giving us 3. Then 3 times 7 is giving us 1. So 7 is to the power of 4 is also 1. So the order of the element 7 is also 4 here. So you see, very interesting, but in the case of 9, the order of 9 is just 2. The order of 7 is 4, and the order of 9 is just 2, because 9 times 9 is giving us 1, and 1 is the identity. So in this video, I'm trying to explain what we mean by finite group, the order of the elements, and the order of the group itself. This is just an example. We have billions of trillions of examples that you can always bring up, or you can always ask on my email. I can always explain. In my next video, I'm going to come up to explain further what we mean by homomorphism and isomorphism. Thank you very much.